In this video, we're going to have a little look at some of the laws and history behind witchcraft in England. It's not technically a ghost video, but I think witchcraft falls under the supernatural umbrella. It's very interesting. I hear a lot about American witch trials, like in Salem, but I don't hear very much about the English side of it. My cat helped me research this video, by the way. In 1542, the first witchcraft law was passed in Parliament, making it punishable by death. 5 years later it was repealed. Then in 1562 the law was put back in place. James I was fascinated by the supernatural. He even wrote a book about demonology. He put another law in place in 1604, transferring witchcraft trials from churches to regular courtrooms. Before the official laws, the medieval church dealt with any witchcraft claims. Their priest performed exorcisms on the people supposedly practicing magic and sorcery, as it was believed they were possessed by malign spirits. That's probably not how you pronounce that. People accusing others of witchcraft peaked in the 16th century. Those accused were often poor elderly women. This happened most often in the south-east of England, which happens to be where I'm from. 513 people were put on trial here, and 112 people were found guilty and executed. The last trials were in Leicester in 1717. Across England, about 500 people were killed during this time period. People believed that witchcraft was to blame for any misfortune, such as illness, the death of a child, bad harvests, or cattle dying. This is why people went on witch hunts and why so many tragically lost their lives. In 1736, Parliament finally repealed the death penalty for witchcraft. However, you could still be thrown in prison or given a fine for claiming to use magical powers. This act was only repealed in 1951, so really not too long ago, and it was replaced with the Fraudulent Mediums Act, which was trying to stop mediums who didn't actually have any gifts. And then this act was repealed in 2008. Now I'm going to talk about the Pendle Witches, one of the most famous witch trials in England. I was suggested to talk about this from a Facebook group called Black Dog Paranormal. They're a really supportive group of people, so if you're interested in the supernatural, you should check them out. Anyway, this took place in 1612. 20 people were put on trial. Margaret Pearson was the first to be tried for murder by witchcraft, second for bewitching a neighbour, and third for bewitching a horse. People really just pinned anything bad that happened on her. All the people on trial were accused of similar things. It became a sensation, not only in England, but in other countries too. Lots of legends were created after these trials, and some still live on today. If I've gotten anything wrong, please comment below. All this information was from Google, so it might not all be right. And I know people out there consider themselves to be witches because of, religion and stuff, so I don't want to offend anyone. Anyway, thanks for watching.